Stonebwoy akwa brage ewo landing chese wakwa dwane num akika nsem kese. Note say bragging no enya ade eye bone. Sometimes you have to blow your own trumpet. Or see, in the year 2024 he was the most awarded African artist. Enye Ghanaian artist, so African artist in the year 2024. Plus, or say on the American rapper as you see our shed prison kakra due to some issues with gun our project known as Tory Lanez. Very soon they will cook something.
This is the album that we have and is running the place. Believe you me, it's kicking every door. I mean, coming from 2024 where Stonebwoy has done tremendously well, and of course has won the most awards by an African in 2024. You know, on every platform. We just wanted to continue by blessing the people with a beautiful album like Up and Running, and so we're actually up and running, and that's why we're here. We just landed from America from the Up and Running tour. We did 6 dates, including Canada. And it's all amazing. You can go on the pages on the online and you're gonna see. So it's the UK 10, just like we promised. So, you know, we're looking to work with you know, some of the great names. You know, one person I love who's super talented is Tory Lanez. And you know, I know we're gonna do something soon.
I don't watch a video on YouTube. When you subscribe here, yes sir. What you dey wait for? We dey beg you subscribe and turn on your post notification. We share video on TikTok, X, Instagram, and Facebook. We bring full video no Vimbas on YouTube. Video where you're exclusive. Now Stonebwoy, our UK, CC and Ukase could PM our landing. Any Dr. Rainbow Radio, have a very, very beautiful conversation. Now, along the conversation, and a Stonebwoy blow the trumpet, just say, or bragging, bragging is not always negative. Sometimes you have to talk about your achievement. So, people would know. Also, in the year 2024, no African artist came closer to him in terms of award. Wana, is it Shatawale? Is it Davido? Is it Wizkid? Who will you mention? Ashake. Wana din ana patapa, forget it. Stonebwoy, let's see, in 2024, award, Power Friend Award, he was the most awarded African artist. Yes, you heard me right. African artist, and Ghana artist too. Now, question then is her award bay. Is it a TGMS? Is it a Shima Music Award? Because in Crawford Bisa say award bay and a Stonebwoy a winning year. Say I'm making the most awarded African artist in 2024. But he is Stonebwoy on him there or Kaplas or Revele. Say on it Tory Lanez, American rapper, or filling his teas very soon they will cook or Bo Dimbia or artist or failure. Which he believes say oniomu ebeye juma. Now therefore this particular video anon eye shipa inti nyabo tre next video no to the very last end. Moment ko video no yeba to amuso.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
And I'm going to do a new one too, so you can have that.
No problem. No, I do trust. Right. So, what brings you to the UK this time around? As you said, it is the Up and Running tour.
Yes, please.
And so, when we talk about the Up and Running tour, why that name? Is it linked to an album or is it linked to something else?
Perfectly so. The Up and Running was the last album that I released in October 22nd or 24th. You know, so it's like November, December, January, February. It's 4 months old, pretty much. And then we've been on the road since, like in terms of road, Ghana has seen a fair share of the album come out. We did the Beam Festival with that, and we performed basically almost all of the songs on there. The album features the Queen of the Dancehall from Jamaica, which is Spice. It features brother, like, you know, it features big brother, legend, superstar, Wyclef, you know. And then there's also features friends of mine, Kaylan Arnold from America, but she's Jamaican. And then it features Chichin Ching. Chichin Ching is also Jamaican, DJ and artist. And it features Black Hero as well. So this is the album and it features Duncan Mighty, legend from Nigeria, on a song called Better Things. So this is the album that we have and is running the place. Believe you me, it's kicking every door. I mean, coming from 2024 where Stonebwoy has done tremendously well, and of course has won the most awards by an African in 2024, you know, on every platform. We just wanted to continue by blessing the people with a beautiful album like Up and Running. And so we're actually up and running, and that's why we're here. We just landed from America, from the Up and Running tour. We did 6 dates, including Canada, and it's all amazing. You can go on the pages on the online and you're gonna see. So it's the UK 10, just like we promised.
Scripted.
Easy.
All right. So now let's move on ahead. This track actually you featured a lot of artists within your life as a musician. Who would you say you would like to feature again, living or dead? You would have liked, maybe dead or alive.
I think I've always said, firstly, I would love to work with any musician that I can connect to in creating a very beautiful musical masterpiece for the world. So whether big, small, mighty, huge, once it's supposed to, then I am. But out of my mind, I would love to work with a name, dead or alive. Of course, I've worked with Bob Marley, posthumous, so that has been achieved. And in terms of reggae, you know,
even within reggae, you've done a lot.
Yes,
you've done a lot.
Give thanks. So I would love to do what you say. What's her name? I said it the other time. Whitney Houston. She's one of the persons like in the female world dead. You know, but right alive, I'd love to work with Rihanna. Like it's been like it's like a dream of mine, and I know it can come through.
That's right. We put it out there now. So Rihanna, if your agents or if you're listening, we put it out there this evening.
You know, she's not put out music in a while, so I mean, but it's still a dream. But shout outs to Kerry Hilson. We did a very beautiful piece. She's also not put out music in a while up until she did what we did. Nominate, and then she's not put out music any longer, so it's like a blessing already in that regard. And anytime I'm asked who I want to feature, I use the opportunity to also big up those that I've featured,
those that you featured,
you know, because it's important, you know. So Beanie Man, Sean Paul, Shaggy, Sizzla, you know, the name goes on and on and on and on. Spice, Dexter Daps.
I love that one.
You know, Dexter Daps, Jamil, Cranium, you know, the list goes on. The last time I checked, there was over 50 plus Jamaican, and you know, of course, in the hip hop world also, you know, we're looking to work with you know, some of the great names. You know, one person I love who's super talented is Tory Lanez, and you know, I know we're gonna do something soon.
Right.
Of course, he's in a bad shape right now, but then I love that brother because his talent is too much. I mean, names like J. Cole will pop up because of their style and consciousness, so I know I can relate in terms of concept. And names like Rick Ross, I love his business mentality and how he pushes his stuff. And in terms of DJs on the hip hop side, I mean, Khalid is right there. It's probably I'd love to do something with. I mean, and many more. I did something with, may he so rest in peace, Fat Man Scoop and Ching Ching, you know, and you know, so DMX is one of my all-time favorite too in that regard. When it comes to those who have posthumous, I would have loved to work with DMX. You know?
Right.
So I'm on them there.
Okay, so how do you see the dancehall and reggae? How do you see its future in Africa? With you spearheading that in Africa, how do you see its future within the African sphere, or Africans as such also taking up the mantle with regards to that kind of reggae, dancehall?
Yeah, I believe, and I've always shared that these genres of music are all music of black origin. So it still has its source deeply rooted in Africa. So all of us as black people and more have every right to be able to experiment and express our talent within these styles of music. You know, so the future remains undiluted. The future remains beautiful. The future remains fusible. You know, when I say fusible, it means that like people are going to be able to put together their inspirations, from from all walks of music of black origin, which is hip hop, R&B, reggae. Like I said, the future is bright. We're just going to continue to be fusing it and creating new breath and fresh, but it is all same rooted in the same way. So the future is bright, and I'm encouraging anybody who's like towing in the Afro dance style, reggae style, like I would have named. There are a lot of them. You can see that the influences is right there. I think somebody like Ara the J actually is a great master at that, because his style is very, very, you can smell the high life dance alley vibes. When I say dance, I mean dancehall vibes in there, but he uses the tree language more, and the new school Gen Z pidgin style. So names like that will pop up every day. Names like Episode will pop up every day as well, because he's doing well, also blending all that material stuff. Names like Jupiter is still there in the cut running things. Names like so I'm just mentioning the Afro dancehall styles. Names like please, if I did forget anybody, La Russo.
La Russo.
La Russo is like my own junior brother, in that regard. These are artists who are pushing. And then when it comes to the female side as well, you have Aclaire, one of our legends' daughter, Daddy Bosco. We have Alaptawan, one of the females too. I try to remember all of their names because these ones are doing crazy things. And we have Sina Soul also. She's so talented. She's a singer, but she adds the dancehall spice in that frame. And am I forgetting anybody? I mean, and a host of them are like, doing well, doing very well in that regard, and that's the future of it.
Okay, so now let's move on further. How do you handle criticism and comparisons, both locally and internationally? Because there's been, we're not gonna go there. Don't worry. But then, how do you handle criticism and comparisons, both locally and internationally? Because then, being in that space, you will face a lot of criticism, a lot of, let's say, calling out and all that. So, how do you handle that? How do you stay that calm, cool?
Yeah, it's important to stay grounded. They say. It's very important, because you might lose your head, you might lose your focus, and then you will now be towing a certain narrative of maybe people who want to see you in a certain bad way. Okay, so how I handle this is really, I make sure that I keep focused. I try to almost always keep focused, because I know the goal ahead of me is to focus, else I'm not going to be able to churn out the masterpieces that I do. I'm not going to be able to achieve the purpose and the dreams. Understanding also that this is a very competitive industry we find ourselves in. This is an industry where, let to me alone, I know that collaboration is what grows it. Because right from inception, music itself is born out of collaboration. Maybe sports. Sports is competitive. We have to go against each other. We have to play on the pitch, and then who scores. But music grows even more in collaboration, as far as I am concerned, because the guitar meets the kick meets the drum, and then you find an instrumentation. Then the vocal comes on top of it. You find a beautiful music. So I've always believed that it is highly not necessary to purport intentional agendas against people in this regard, because it goes a long way to actually demoralize them, shift them off of their purpose. But to find out that this is where we are, in as much as it's very difficult for somebody like me to fully accept that it is a norm, because I know it is not. It's just like saying that we have to normalize hatred. And I don't think we have to normalize such ill competitions. Normalizing very healthy collaborations, is the best way to go. So I just keep my head cool and look at my family, look at where I'm coming from, look at where I want to go, look at the bigger picture. Many people say things that they have zero idea about, and those ones you cannot turn to throw stones at every dog that backs at you when you are on a journey. Not every, maybe some you would have to fight your way through so you can clear your path. And those are the ones that you might find Stonebwoy coming through, maybe wants to drop a comment here or share my contribution, because I try as much as to stay away from just sharing vague opinions, but sharing truth and facts.
Right.
So, you know.
Okay. So, talking about family, you brought family in there. Being an international superstar, and how do you also balance that lifestyle with family life, like your career with family? How do you balance that?
This is how I see it. Doctors make families and they still go to work and make it happen for them, because we are all coming out of families. You know, family comes and then you have a clan, and a clan brings a tribe, and a tribe brings a kingdom, and we are going. You know, so it's very important as a human mandate to be able to also continue procreation and live a family life if possible. So I think that it is only a stigma that is on to creatives, especially musicians. How do you balance? How do you balance? You have to balance, because the doctor goes and does it, the radio presenter does it, the teacher does it, the lawyer does it, the accountant does it. You know, they are hardly asked how they balance family life. Yes, of course, because sometimes our work is very demanding. I've been on tour for like a month plus, and I've not been able to stay physically in touch with my family. But thanks to technology, I'm always there present, because you saw I was talking to my wife right here when I dropped that. So I am able to stay balanced, and of course the focus is there. And I am also somebody who has plans for myself to be able to grow and see my kids like I saw my father saw the grandfather. Like, talking about family, just entering here, my father just sent me a picture of his grandfather. You know, that's how I knew that. I said, hey, okay, we're looking at my great grandfather. I knew that's why we are handsome and rich. Because I wonder who took that picture at that time. Solidly fitted. I can show you, solidly fitted. I'm like, hey, great, bro. And I'm excited because I'm just seeing my great grand. I'm excited because I could have never. Not everybody is blessed to be able to see their, you know, their grandfather. Look at that. Believe you me, I'm excited. Since I can share. Look at that.
Wow.
That's my grandfather's father.
Togbe himself.
Yes. Yes. You know, so family got to be built. We have to also continue to grow family. I'm a big believer in family. I'm a big respecter of women, because women are God on earth to me. You know, men are the head, but women are the neck. Without the neck, you can't turn. You know, so you know what I'm saying. Like, so I believe in family. So
all right.
Know.
So tell us one thing that outside music no one knows.
They cannot know because they don't have to know. In terms of what? In terms of
okay,
what?
so
just be specific. So I
so
can know
specifically, tell us one interesting thing about you outside music. That is, in terms of, we know Stonebwoy on stage. Stonebwoy will perform, and he give him the beat.
Yes,
he's gonna just flow. But then outside music, tell us something else about Stonebwoy. Something totally different.
Okay, since it's a general question without specifying, outside music, I'm a student. I'm supposed to be in class right now, but I've asked permission because of my work. You know, I'm finishing my master's in international relations and diplomacy. So this one, I know somebody will tell my dean, somebody will tell my professors, and they know how I cherish the school's Gimpa. You know, and thanks to them for understanding my schedule as well, and then, you know, giving me the necessary support to be able to change the narrative of, you know, creative people, not especially musicians, not loving, you know, education to further their education. But of course, I did my first degree over there in public administration and governance. That has been done. And I'm still kicking the master. So that's something away from music, because people always are focusing on the music, and which is what I want them to do. So outside of music, that's one thing I'm doing. And
so you're looking at the future, looking at the future in terms. So if you weren't a musician, what would you have been?
I do not have control over that. I love what I am because it's what I'm.
For instance, so what was your passion?
Yes, I was going to answer, but I need to acknowledge the present. Growing up, I really thought I was going to become like one of my cousins, you know, end up in the military, you know, like maybe Now I know I couldn't have become anything around flights because the turbulence and those ones. It's not like I'm too scared, but just let me be on land. Let me be on land. So I thought I would definitely be. These were two things I would have loved to be, or like military, to the highest level, to the highest rank that I can ever be, or this is the new one that I'm adding, and I'm saying it here today. Maybe a doctor, because I say minimally a crown. Say be a mission qua. But my opani, ebi so na ma be veterinary doctor, ebi na me one more pani, so.
That was president of the Beam Nation, Stonebwoy, aka Livingston Echese Tekla, aka Stonebwoy Intana, just an international artist ba kope. And wakako PM wa lande na, wa blow ni trumpet, a brage kakra, am obi enhu se. Chale, it's not a joke thing. It's not a joke thing at all. Now, Oye Juma 2024, after winning, Artist of the Year, winning awards, the whole Africa, nobody stands close to him. Do you disagree with him? What are your facts and evidence? Far comment section. And after watching the video, do you have anything to say as well? Feel free in the comment. Now, answer Nibejam once again. Yes, sir. Yeah, Kaiwo. If you watch this video, subscribe with a big honor. Make you do well. Say you go subscribe. Vimbas TV so ena muoi.
Vimbas TV.